there. Welcome back to another episode of I Am Not Naming This Podcast. I hope that you are feeling fantastic and ready to tune in because I have a special episode for you. Let's dive in, shall we? What if you had everything that you need? The resources, the professional advice, the step-by-step guide, everything. Would you feel secure in making a move? Oftentimes, I talk to clients who are really nervous about making a move, whether it's because of financial reasons, whether it's because of personal reasons. There can be a lot of things that keep people stuck. Most of you may know that we recently hosted another Homebuyer Power Hour, and we had so much fun because this is a live virtual event. So we are answering questions that people submit ahead of time. We are also answering questions on the court right there on the call as they come up for people. And it has been so impactful. We had fun. And if you have been listening to episodes up until now, or if you know me, then you know that I always bring my personality and we like to have a good time. So there's a beautiful balance of education and laughter, which is very important in getting the job done. So we answered a few questions for you all, and I just want to help paint the picture. Some of the questions people brought to us were how to lower closing costs and fees. How many of you have that question? We talked about how to get the ball rolling to get a pre-approval. And we really helped people to get a clear view of what it's like to purchase a home. The reason why this is so exciting is because we know that these questions are out there. So imagine having someone sitting with you answering those questions, where you're not just reading about it online or listening to it on the news, but you have myself and a trusted lender to really just dive into this process. What is so fun, and I say this time and time again, is that home ownership is really powerful. It is such a beautiful, empowering thing. And I remember that feeling that I had when I purchased my home. It's a feeling that almost cannot be described because it is so glorious. It is a time when you get to see everything you've worked for come together so beautifully. And then we dove into investments because there are people who are saying, okay, yes, I am a homeowner and now I want to buy another home so I can provide a place for people to live who may not be ready to purchase yet. So I told a story about a dear client of mine who I helped to buy a house. They fixed it up and they have leased it. We got the tenant in there. The tenant is just as happy as can be. In fact, there were multiple people who were trying to get into that home. And so the need is there. It is so important for us to be able to help people in this way. And the conversations that we're having are amazing. So I want to invite you to these power hours because I will have another one. In fact, the next one is right around the corner. So check the show notes for details. I will keep these going because I know that they are vitally important. And you all have told me that you want the information, you want me in your ear, guiding you along the way. And so I am answering. The answer is yes. I will do it. I will guide you through the process. So, one other thing that is just really fun is that I'm going to give you all a freebie. So, check the show notes for a link to sign up for my real estate planning guide. When you click that link, go ahead and put in your email and phone number. We will get you plugged in so that you never miss out on another event. You will be part of my insider group and we'll have a lot of fun. So check the show notes for that. The other thing I want to share with you all is that the reason why I bring people together is because I am a true educator. And when it comes to serious buyers, serious sellers, people who are serious about improving their lives, I'm all in. I am right there to help empower you through your process. Why? Because then you're able to go and make really smart, really informed decisions and investments, and you get to better your life and the lives of those around you. That is so important. So, we're diving in past the basics, and I'm sharing strategy, insight, and things that you really could benefit from knowing. I'm here to guide you through that process. To ensure that you are getting exactly what you need, bring your questions, whether it's about financing options, offer strategies, portfolio growth. Let's dive in to exactly what it is you want answers for. This is so much fun for me because every time that I help someone buy a house or sell a house, it's indicative of a moment in time where they have said yes to themselves. And now I get to watch them elevate. Being part of that process really, truly warms my heart. And I talk to clients about it all the time because then I get to hear all of the amazing stories that come after that. I get to hear about how they're having the time of their lives. I get to hear about how their lives have improved because of these steps that they're taking. I get to be part of it. And I am so grateful for this experience. I thank each and every one of my clients. I thank each person who I will work with. You all are seen and so appreciated. So, I want to give you this gift. Some of the most impactful times that I've experienced in my real estate business are those times when someone comes to me and says, Chernice, I really want to buy, but I don't know if I can. And then in a couple months' time, we're taking pictures at the closing table. One of the greatest experiences is when a client reaches out and asks me to list their property, and then they look at how much they're walking away with and they're speechless because now they have opened up an entire myriad of opportunities. I am overjoyed when I get holiday pictures of my clients in their new house. It warms my heart when I just get thank you texts out of the blue from my landlords who have amazing tenants who pay their rent promptly on the first of the month, and some even early. These things are so feasible. I see it happen over and over again, and it can happen for you as well. What I'd like to leave you with is just the idea of possibility. We're talking real estate, obviously, because I wanted to tell you about this amazing power hour that we just had. And also, we're talking life in general. What possibilities are right there in front of your eyes that you haven't paid attention to yet? What possibilities are within your reach, but are perhaps covered in a cloud of doubt? What could open up for you if you just entertain the idea that there could be more to this life for you? Sometimes the most beautiful gift we can receive is the gift of someone who sees further for us than we see for ourselves. So even if you're not sure what the future may hold, if you are willing to explore that, then you're in the right place. If you are the least bit curious about how good your life can get, then you're in the right place. If you are willing to explore how you can help better the lives of others around you, then you are in the right place. I'm here to tell you that there's a world of opportunity out there, and I believe in you. I'm also proud of you. If you hear my voice right now, then that means that you've listened thus far. And there's a part of you that's being called up right now, a part of you that knows that there's a lot that's possible for you. And I just want to acknowledge you for that, because motivation is not something that always sticks around, right? Sometimes it takes a hike and you want it to come back. But that's okay, because it's just a reminder that we're human. I, for one, am happy that you were motivated enough to listen to this episode, because that's a pretty good sign that we have some work to do together. So leave a comment, connect with me on social media, and let's chat about your goals, your passions, what you're here to do in the world. And let's get started. Talking to you is one of my favorite parts of the week. I hope you got something out of this episode today. If you'd like to help more people find I Am Not Naming This Podcast by Chernice Dieudonne, you can do so by subscribing and leaving a review. Also, feel free to share with a friend or family member.